Politicians make mistakes too.
Indeed, I did have a relationship with Miss Lewinsky that was not appropriate. In fact, it was wrong.
Welcome to WatchMojo.com, and today we'll be counting down 10 of the most infamous political sex scandals.
It was someone sending a picture of a Weiner on Weiner's account.
Number 10, Arnold Schwarzenegger, Conan the Adulterer.
And I know how many votes I got today because of you. Yes.
Kicking off our list are the misdeeds of the Governator. Schwarzenegger was accused of sexual harassment earlier in his career, but it wasn't until his governorship was over that his wife of 25 years, Maria Shriver, filed for divorce because he had fathered a love child with their housekeeper.
Who is your daddy and what does he do?
As if that weren't enough, Brigitte Nielsen later admitted to an affair with Arnie during his relationship with Shriver.
One stupid mistake that maybe you think is good that moment can really destroy a lot of things.
Number 9, Mark Sanford, Mystery and Mistress. Sanford disappeared into thin air for almost a week and expected what? His wife and security team couldn't find him, and his staff said he was hiking the Appalachian Trail.
According to the local newspaper down in South Carolina, that he was actually in Buenos Aires.
Appalachian Trail, Buenos Aires. They're right next door to each other. You can make that mistake.
When he returned, he admitted to his affair with an Argentine journalist, and while he didn't step down, he was censured by the state legislature.
I've let down a lot of people. That's the bottom line.
Once his divorce was finalized, he and his mistress got engaged. Number 8, Larry Craig, caught in a men's room.
Let me be clear. I am not gay. I never have been gay.
He was known for anti-gay stances and for berating Bill Clinton during the Lewinsky affair.
Bad boy, Bill Clinton. You're a naughty boy.
But when Craig was arrested for alleged lewd conduct with another man in an airport bathroom, similar accusations against him materialized.
I go to bathrooms to use bathrooms.
He pleaded guilty to a misdemeanor, but maintained it was his wide stance that caused the misunderstanding. After threatening to resign, he stayed on until his term was over. However, his reputation was irreparably damaged. Number 7, the Kennedy brothers, the Kings of Camelot.
Happy birthday, Mr. President.
The Kennedy men are poster boys for infidelity. Rumors about John's relationship with Marilyn Monroe, Bobby's ties to Jackie after JFK's assassination, and Teddy's unfortunate Chappaquiddick incident are just the tip of the iceberg.
There is no truth whatever, to the widely circulated suspicions of immoral conduct that have been leveled at my behavior and hers regarding that evening.
Does that mean they were bad politicians? No. But how they had time to lead the country with all the tail they were allegedly chasing, we'll never know.
I can now retire from politics after having had Happy Birthday sung to me in such a sweet, wholesome way.
Number 6, Gary Condit, the Chandra Levy disappearance. Condit was another vocal critic of Bill Clinton during his sex scandal, but he probably wished he'd just stayed quiet when his own went public. When intern Chandra Levy went missing, news of a relationship with Condit made international headlines. It was widely speculated he was involved in her disappearance, but Condit was exonerated and her murderer was later convicted. Condit did not win re-election, but he did move to Arizona to run an ice cream shop. Number 5, Gary Hart, the Donna Rice affair. How many presidential hopefuls have been taken down by what's in their pants?
I have nothing to hide. There's nothing in my background I'm ashamed of.
Gary Hart was campaigning for the Democratic presidential nomination when gossip of an affair surfaced. He dared the media to follow him and prove it, which they did on both accounts. Apparently, over half of those surveyed at the time said a president's ability should not be judged by extramarital affairs, but the damage was done and Hart dropped out. Number 4, Eliot Spitzer, Client 9. It wasn't this scandal that made Spitzer unpopular, but it did make him a household name. Not only was he found to be a client of an escort agency called Emperor's Club VIP, he was also suspected of spending $80,000 for their services.
In the past few days, I've begun to atone for my private failings with my wife, Soda, my children, and my entire family.
He resigned, was not charged with any crime, the call girl got her 15 minutes, and Spitzer made a pseudo comeback as a media analyst. All's well that ends well?
I
sympathize with Anthony Weiner. I know he is going through torment like virtually no other, but his greatest sin from the perspective of the public was not being truthful at the moment of crisis.
Number 3, Anthony Weiner, Weinergate. When you think of sexting mistakes, he's the first guy that comes to mind.
It was a hoax. It was someone sending a picture of a wiener on Weiner's account.
Not even a year into his marriage, this unfortunately named New York congressman accidentally tweeted inappropriate pictures of himself. There were denials and accusations of hacking, but ultimately he admitted his mistake and resigned, but not before it was revealed this was not his first digital transgression.
I've exchanged messages and photos of an explicit nature with about 6 women over the last 3 years.
Number 2, John Edwards, love child. Mainstream media took a while to catch on after the National Enquirer broke the story that Edwards had fathered a child outside his marriage.
There's no question that I've done wrong, and I take full responsibility for having done wrong.
Did we mention that Edwards' wife was dying of cancer? Long story short, he eventually admitted to being the father and did not win the Democratic presidential nomination, but was found not guilty of illegally using campaign funds to hide his affair. So that's something.
While I do not believe I did anything illegal or ever thought I was doing anything illegal, I did an awful, awful lot that was wrong.
Number 1, Bill Clinton, the Lewinsky scandal. Taking the top spot on our list is the most well-known and well-publicized political sex scandal in recent memory.
I did not have sexual relations with that woman.
This one had it all: denials, cigars, stained dresses, and the impeachment of the president.
Quite simply, I gave in to my shame.
While Clinton's affair with Lewinsky was memorable, it did little to affect his legacy with most people. And today, he is widely considered one of the most popular presidents.
I read in the history books how other presidents say the White House is like a penitentiary and every motive they have is suspect. Even George Washington complained he was treated like a common thief, and they all say they can't get away, can't wait to get away. I don't know what the heck they're talking about.